It's weak, but steady.
Thank God. We should be all right.
I say our chances are good.
You can leave this all tonight.
It's that easy?
That easy. You disappear with your future and your son.
I saw one more thing. We're at this carnival, and
Do I die?
yeah.
Do you know that you look like Sleeping Beauty, lying there? Oh, Liza, I'm so grateful we both made it through that explosion. Because if anything ever happened to you, Oh, boy, I'm about to start running again. This is just hopeless. Listen, I'm gonna run down and get a cup of coffee, darling. I'll be right back, okay?
Stuart was right. I never should have let you go.
That's my file.
Eliza?
Put it back.
How do you feel?
Violated. Give me that.
No, don't excite yourself, darling.
Somebody get this man out of here.
She's back.
Ryan hasn't called?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, well, we would have heard if they needed anything, right?
Yeah, listen, I want to keep this from Eugenia until I've heard.
No problem.
I want you to know I'm really grateful.
I told her.
I dragged it out of him after the explosion. He told me everything.
And how it's not over yet.
Did he also tell you that I promised him I wouldn't let anything happen to either one of you?
Yes, he did. You know, I figured you guys have been able to beat it this far, right? Now that I know, next time the carnival comes to town, I'll just hide under my bed or something.
The carnival, the last thing you saw.
That's right. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, you know, the only thing I wish was that I knew what to expect, what was going to happen. Because with all those people getting injured and Camille dying.
I'd like to know how she got clued into the boiler.
And what about Scott when he was electrocuted? She was nearby.
She's connected, but how?
Question is, who's the real psycho?
And when's he gonna strike next?
Well, however Camille is connected, I just hope that she found some peace. Because she was so unhappy.
An eye for an eye, a life for a life. All right, baby? A daughter for a daughter.
Well, I'll be damned. The devil makes house calls. Where's Brooke?
What happened to your face?
I take it you don't watch the news. Jamie! Brooke! Brooke!
They're not here.
What do you mean they're not here? She's due in court in an hour. What, did she head over there by herself? Where the hell is she? She coming back?
No.
Don't play games with me. This is no joke. If she's not in this house and she's not on her way to that courthouse, then where are they?
I don't know. I do know that they're safe where no one can touch them.
What have you done? What have you done with my son?
All I can tell you, Tad, is that he's with his mother and he's safe.
From what?
Tad, take your pick. A bench warrant, unfair trial, life sentence.
God, no.
Dad,
no,
I
you
am sorry.
stupid bastard. Do you have any idea what you just did? Do you have any idea you just screwed up any chance he's ever gonna have of an acquittal?
What chance, Ted? Have you read the papers? Have you listened to the editorials? Vigilante, that's the nicest thing that they're calling her.
It's media. Who cares? They're always gonna play up the worst possible angle in a murder trial. That's their job. That's how they sell newspapers.
I was in the court. I saw the jury.
No, what you saw was your chance to screw everything up. Brooke's exhausted. She's frightened. So what do? Are you reassuring? Are you supportive? No. You decide to scare her half to death and send her running.
If I helped Brooke, it was at her request.
Well, what are you gonna do when they foreclose on this house? And they seize her bank accounts and they cut her off from her family and my family and all her friends and Tempo magazine and any chance she's ever gonna have of working again? What are you gonna do? You gonna ride into the rescue at her request?
You know, if you could stop focusing on how much you hate me, you might realize that your son needs his mother. If she goes to jail,
He'd have
he
me.
will not. What?
He'd have me. He'd have his life. He'd have his life. What kind of life is Jamie gonna have now? Did you ever stop to think about that for 1 second? Huh? Running from one country to the next? No. No, because you're so damn selfish. You have no idea what it takes to make a life, a home for a child. This is his home. I am his home, every bit as much as Brooke is. Phoebe. Phoebe!
She's not here.
I'll find her.
Dad, she doesn't know where they are. She didn't want to know.
What'd you do? Brainwash the whole family?
Fortunately, she could see the logic.
I want him back. I will beat you half to death if I have to, but you're gonna tell me what you did with my boy.
Ted! What are you doing?
How is she?
Hey, well, we repaired the kidney, but she's lost a lot of blood.
If she needs blood, I'll give blood.
No, it's even if you were a match, it's not just loss of blood volume. See, your system's endured a tremendous trauma, very serious.
So she'll rest, right? And then she'll be fine.
That's what we all want. They brought her in right now. You'll be able to see her in a few minutes, all right?
Okay, thanks, Jay.
Adam, you're embarrassing yourself.
It's music to my ears. You have no idea.
Where's the camera?
A camera? No. The doctor says you have to stay in bed. You have to rest.
Why?
But you were injured, Liza. Your heart stopped.
Microphone. You snake!
No. Come on now. You're going to hurt yourself. Stop that.
What? I'm not wearing a wire
No,
for you,
you're not
Adam.
wearing a wire. It's a heart monitor, Liza. Liza, you're in the hospital. You were admitted last night. You were injured in the explosion at Halliday's.
You were there?
Yeah, we were together. After the explosion, you were injured.
David Hayward.
Forget about David Hayward.
My heart stopped.
Yes. It was due to the impact, the shock of the explosion and the debris that fell on you. You're fine. You're going to be fine. You want me to get a cardiologist?
No. I believe you.
Well, that's a first. Well, you need to rest.
Is anyone else hurt?
Well, yeah, there were some injuries. I understand they're operating on Dimitri's cousin.
Jillian?
Jillian, yes, and Palmer was hurt, not fatally, unfortunately.
Did anyone die?
Yes.
I'm so glad you're all right.
You're all right?
I'm fine.
We're all fine. Haley, Scott, Mateo?
Not all of us.
Camille Hawkins was killed when the boiler exploded.
Stuart, poor woman.
No. Poor woman. She got what she deserved.
Adam.
You don't know what you're talking about. She tried to kill your son, Stuart.
I'm sorry. I know this is a sick room, and I'm not supposed to raise my voice here.
It's okay, Stuart.
But Adam, I want to see you in the sun porch.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Now.
He's in one of his moods.
You cared about her, Adam.
Well, we're all better off without her, believe me. She was an angry, hostile woman. She was just like her father. They're probably sweating together in the hottest corner of hell. Well.
Oh, John, what are you doing here?
It's not, I'm sorry, Haley. I didn't mean to startle you. The maid let me in.
Edmund, you remember John, Mateo's roommate from the hospital?
Right, nice seeing you again.
Yeah, likewise.
I just stopped by. I was worried about these two. I stopped by holidays. God almighty.
Thank God you left before the explosion, huh?
Yeah, you can bet I said my prayers this morning. Believe it.
Listen, I have to call the hospital, excuse me.
All right. Stuart, before you attack me, let me remind you that I tried to help this girl, that I never meant her any harm, and I'm really sorry that she's dead. But then let us not forget that she tried to kill Haley and Mateo and Scott and you and me and God knows how many people last night. So I would be less than truthful if I didn't admit that I'm a bit relieved that she's no longer a threat.
Are you finished?
Go on, have at me.
The explosion was your fault, Adam.
My fault?
Camille tried to warn us about it, and you wouldn't let her in the door.
I see. My fault.
She died trying to save our lives.
Stuart, I will be the first to admit that I am less than a saint, but I'm not going to take the blame for this.
If she'd gotten downstairs in the basement a little sooner, she might have been able to fix it and gotten out alive.
She's the one that rigged the boiler in the first place.
You don't know that.
You tell me how she knew about it. You can't, because there is no other way.
Then why did she try to warn everybody?
Why did you call 911 after she tried to electrocute Scott? To convince people like you that she was innocent.
What do you mean, people like me?
You're too trusting, Stuart.
You're too paranoid. Marion was right.
Well, I'm responsible for this family, whether you like it or not.
Well, then you better start looking for whoever really rigged that boiler, because Camille didn't do it. Till you find out who did, we're all in danger.
For a visit?
Don't you start with me, Dimitri. It's pretty obvious you're the one that's probably up to no good, so why don't you just cut the act and tell me what's going on?
Brooke's a fugitive. He thought her life would improve if she ran away.
Where's Jamie? No. You put him in the middle of this, a little boy? How could you do that?
Jamie's fine. Brooke would never let anything happen to him.
It's already happened, you moron. He's gone. He's out there in the middle of God knows where.
Dad, look, you just calm down. We'll get him
Don't
back.
tell me to calm down. There's no time. Don't you understand? She's due in court in 1 hour. When she doesn't show up, the judge is going to issue a warrant for her arrest.
You have to tell us where they are before it's too late.
I can't do that.
Ted.
Where is he?
Ted,
Where is he?
please.
No!
What, Ted? You want to hurt me? You want to kill me? She's better off! Yes! The pilot confirmed that. Good, I'm glad for both of you!
Brooke, it's me, it's Tad. Listen, you gotta bring home Jamie right now. Listen, everything is all right. I will tell Trevor to stall for as long as he can. Just get back here as soon as possible. Brooke? Brooke!
What did she say?
Nothing. Not a word. She just hung up on me.
The fewer people that know, the better. She was protecting you, Tad.
How could she do this?
She was scared.
I don't care. I don't give a damn how scared she is. She shouldn't take a little boy halfway around the world.
She'll get in touch with you, Tad. I mean, she may be a fugitive, but Jamie's not. Okay? She'll let him come home as soon as she calms down.
He won't come.
Of course he will.
No, he won't. He's too smart. He loves her too much. He'll know that if he goes, she'll be all by herself, and he won't do that.
Well, then you're just gonna have to go and visit him.
Yeah. I'll visit him. I'll visit the child I've seen every day of his life since he was 2 years old. We'll have quality time. We'll hit the really big issues. It won't matter that I can't pick up the phone so I can hear his voice, or drive across town just so I can give him a hug. This is bad. He's the reason I get up in the morning, just so I can make him laugh. I mean, I'm not saying I don't have a life, you know, friends, family, but he's like my heartbeat, you know?
I know.
He needs me. I don't care what Brooke or Dimitri or anybody else says. He needs his father.
Jamie and I had a little talk one afternoon while he was staying with us. About how much he missed you. How much he loves you. He just wanted to talk about how much you make him laugh when you shave. How you make the best French toast. How you let him paint his room his favorite color. Ted, Brooke is not blind. She knows that he needs you.
Dix, at this point, I have no idea what Brooke knows.
Trevor's, handling this case, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's representing her. Well, don't you think maybe we should give him a call?
Why? He's gonna find out soon enough.
Well, maybe he could get a postponement or something like that.
Dixie, this is a flight from prosecution. This is a crime in and of itself. Don't you see, as soon as she doesn't show, the judge is gonna revoke bail. He's gonna issue a warrant for arrest, and if and when they drag her back, they're gonna put her right back on trial, except this time, having made herself look guilty, she's gonna get convicted and probably go away to prison for the rest of her life.
All right. When's the last time you did something by the book, Ted?
What?
You know, things don't go always the way they say that it's gonna go. Sometimes you have to find the little, you know, nooks and crannies, the wiggle room.
Wiggle room? Wiggle room? You've been in Pigeon Hollow too long, you know that.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, Ted Martin. Now, you can stand around here and complain about Dimitri Merrick and his nefarious ways, or you can beat him at his own game.
You of all people are telling me this.
Well, sometimes, Ted, desperate times require desperate measures.
You gonna help me?
Well, let's just say I'd do anything for Jamie Martin and leave it at that.
Deal. Okay. I have no idea whether or not this is going to work, but I need your help. I need you to stay here for a few hours. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, now listen. If anybody calls, and I mean anybody, whether it's Trevor, Belinda, you tell them that Brooke is indisposed.
Indisposed?
Tell them she's sick. You know what I'm talking about. Just tell them whatever you have to, but whatever it is, don't tell them the truth. No matter who it is, they cannot know that Brooke has left this house, let alone Pine Valley.
Okay, all right. Well, what are you gonna do?
Don't worry, I'll be back.
Wait, where are you going? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go find myself some wiggle room.
It's me. This is weird, you being so quiet. You know what you've done to my life? I'm broke. I'm usually broke, but I'm married, and if I even think about divorce, I go to jail. Now this? You die on me, Jillian, and that's it. I mean it. I was just getting used to you. Huh? Wild Wind? It's not such a bad address. Can you hear me? I don't want you to die. I really don't want you to die.
Stuart, can't accept my past. It's as simple as that.
Did you talk about it?
What's there to talk about? What's done is done.
I think you're underestimating him, Mom.
Liza, you weren't there and I was. I mean, of course, Stuart was gentle and loving. I mean, he even checked me for broken bones. And for a moment there, I thought everything might really turn around. It was beginning to feel like, one of our picnics all full of fun and wit and affection. So I put my heart in my hands and I said, Stuart, why can't we go back? Back to the way we were before? And he said he couldn't because he couldn't forget about all those men that night at the party.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, me too. But at least now we know, that it's over. I mean, it's really over. And so I'm giving up on all men, period. And most especially Stuart Chandler. Anyway, enough about my depressing love life, or lack thereof. How are you, my darling? How are you feeling? I tried to talk to Joe, but he was knee-deep in patients.
No, nobody's talked to me yet.
The cardiologist last night, did he say that your injuries could affect your chance of having a baby, Liza?
He just said that my heart stopped for some reason.
Well, darling, a building did fall on top of you, you know.
I know, and I'd like to know if there was some underlying problem. If it happened again.
In that case, you're going to need a good cardiologist.
Look, I'm sure we're all very grateful for what you did for my daughter, Dr. Hayward, but your services are no longer required here.
My mother's the polite one in the family. What she's trying to say is go away.
And here I thought we were friends.
You should buy a dictionary before you use that term again, Doctor.
I'm glad I saved your life. I would have missed your sense of humor. Oh, if you're ever curious about your prognosis, give me a call.
Wait, Mother, I do want to talk to him. Maybe you could go home and get some rest, and I'll call you. I'll be fine.
Okay, darling. Okay. I'll be back in a little while, okay?
All right.
It's a pleasure seeing you again, Miss Colby. How are you feeling?
Annoyed.
Sorry. Next time I'll let you die.
What happened exactly?
Your heart stopped.
Why?
Well, Adam was in the room. That may have been a factor.
Oh, I was hoping for something a little more medical.
Dr. Gregory and I are in agreement. There are no underlying factors. Your heart is normal.
Then why?
An anomaly, probably brought on by shock. There's no reason to believe that it will ever happen again.
You've seen cases like this?
I once had a patient, a young, healthy woman, very much like yourself. She went into shock following a car accident. Her heart stopped. I got it started again. Same procedure I used on you.
Spare me the details.
Bottom line, she went on to win a marathon and went on to have 6 children.
You seem too young to have seen her have 6 children.
There's nothing for you to worry about. I promise.
You promise?
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you come back to Pine Valley?
Apparently to save your life.
It's funny. I know we're married, and I know why. But I don't know. I feel like it's just you and me. I gotta get some air. You better be awake when I get back, all right?
Ryan? Ryan?
Can we talk to you about something?
John needs a job.
Really?
Yeah. You know, I hate to ask at a time like this, but, you know, with holidays out of the picture, you know, I'd go back home, but I can't because I got to finish my treatment at the hospital.
He's a really good worker. He was really great at holidays.
Didn't snore.
Oh, with a recommendation like that. You think you could manage some yard work, John? I can always use an extra man.
Yeah, well, the truth be told, I prefer working outdoors.
Done. Start working anytime you're ready.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Edmund.
Well, hey, why don't I take you outside and introduce you to everybody, all right?
Oh, yeah.
come on.
You love
Great.
Jimmy. He's the gardener. If it's green, he knows about it.
Thanks. Excuse me.
Dimitri, did Ryan call you?
Know it. Coffee is cold. Peggy!
She's at the market.
I like my coffee hot.
Where the hell were you all night?
Brooks.
All night?
Edmund, I am tired. I haven't slept. I would like to sit here with a cup of cold coffee and read my paper, all right?
Eat all night, man.
Look, I have patience to see, Dad.
Listen to me. Jamie's in trouble.
Jamie, what's happened?
As far as I'm concerned, the rest of his life is in jeopardy. Unless you help me.
You see that? I even make you laugh. In fact, you like me. This politically correct cold shoulder of yours is just an act. The truth is, given half the chance, we might even be friends.
You're delusional, Doctor. My wife would Liza has no intention of starting a relationship with you, either personal or private. Why aren't you in jail?
There was no proof. Allison Doyle got rid of the videotapes. All of them.
Why did she do that?
Yeah, well, Liza can testify and so can Jake.
No, it's my word against theirs.
You're right. Adam, he's right.
Well, you've done what you came for. Now get out.
No wonder Liza divorced you. You're so unpleasant. Feel well, Liza.
What was he doing here?
Believe it or not, he came here to give me my test results.
That's Gregory's job.
Gregory asked him to consult.
I don't want you seeing him.
You know, it's really not your choice. I divorced you. You can't come in here and barge in and tell me what I should be doing and...
The man tried to murder me, Liza.
Yeah, well, you know what? Next time I might just let him.
What are you saying? That you like this quack?
No, I'm saying I like you less. Please leave.
You're throwing me out of your room, is that it?
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
I saved your life, Liza.
You ruined my life. Please go away.
Wow. Oh, nice to see you.
This is a
Please,
surprise.
Come in. Well, yes, it's a surprise for me, too, being here in Pine Valley. I mean, I'm here with Junior and Adams until we get a few things straightened out, and then I'm just headed back home.
Oh, no. Listen, I hope I see you again.
Oh, I would love to. I'm sure we will. I mean, Junior would love to see Sammy. How are the kids?
Sammy's great. Maddie's fine, too.
Oh, good.
Thanks. Listen, is Brooke here? I gotta speak to her before she goes to the courthouse.
I'm sorry, you can't see her.
Why not?
It'll work, Dad. I know it will. I can't do it. You've got to. I don't have any other options. He's due in court in 15 minutes.
Ted, it's one thing to ask your father to lie for you, but this, I represent the hospital.
I know what I'm asking you to do, Dad, and I'm sorry, but I don't have a choice. I'm not asking you to do this for me. I'm asking you to do it for Jamie because you are my only hope. I'm begging you. We're talking about my son's life here. Just give me the chance to get him back.
What if they question it?
We are the experts.
Exactly.
Oh, come on, come on. This thing drags on. The DA will bring in his own experts.
Fine. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
I don't think you've explored all the legal avenues, Tad.
Legal schmiegel. I mean, what, you want to sacrifice Jamie to avoid breaking a rule?
I didn't say that.
Well, that's what's going to happen. I mean, first, Allie, now.
Now, hold on there. Allie Doyle committed a serious mistake.
Right.
Jamie did not make a mistake.
All right. What are we going to do?
Not his
then?
fault.
Dad. He's my boy.
You wait until he comes to you someday and asks you to do something like this.
I'll say yes. And so will you.
Look, I can't have you involved in this.
Dad, it's too late. I'm already involved. Come on.
All right, but we'll do it my way.
Absolutely.
And I just hope to God we don't screw it up.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next All My Children.
Tomorrow on All My Children.
What deep, dark secret are you hiding from me?
I have no choice but to issue a warrant for failure to appear.
Where the devil are we going to get a body?
You have to tell him that you're in love with both of us.
This is Lisa McCree.
And Kevin Newman. Tomorrow on Good Morning America, how to survive the first visiting day at your child's camp.
Plus, from The Mask of Zorro, sexy sensation Antonio Banderas. Tomorrow on Good Morning America.